eToro recently announced the continued expansion of its crypto offering to US users with the addition of 34 more crypto assets. Now, US users have the ability to trade more than 50 different cryptocurrencies on the platform. So, what were the main reasons eToro decided to expand its crypto lineup even more, specifically now?
Yeah, thanks for the question. And we're so excited about this chapter and this opportunity. eToro's long-term supporters and innovators in the crypto space been around offering crypto since 2013. In the US, we're passionate about the space, and we've been looking at this issue for a long time, thinking about this moment, this opportunity, tons of research, but with markets heading in a favorable way, regulation headed in a favorable way, even legislation, we thought this is the time to make a move and make a move that will not just help us, but help the industry, innovation, and ultimately our customers.
Now, eToro's US users only had the option to invest in Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, and Ethereum until May, when that number expanded to a total of 15 cryptocurrencies, including XRP, Dogecoin, and Cardano's ADA token. After that announcement, did you notice that more users were signing up for the platform? Do you think the demand is there to invest in a wide array of crypto tokens? And did that play a role in expanding your crypto lineup even more?
Yeah, so we're seeing increased activity, not just in the amount of users, but what the type of assets that users are investing in. We love to see diversified portfolios, and whether it's across crypto or through other asset classes, we're seeing that increased diversification. But even before that initial launch of 12, we are thinking about something bigger, something broader. Again, we're passionate about this space and we're going to keep pushing ahead. So when we last chatted out in Las Vegas, we added 12 to bring us to 15. I think the next week we added five more, and then four more, and then this week 34. And so that's a lot of math, but it brings us up to 58 total. And we're going to keep doing the diligence and the analysis and keep fighting for the industry, fighting for our customers, and ultimately for customer choice and freedom.
Now, eToro competitor Robinhood, which of course is another retail trading platform, plans to tokenize US equities and ETFs. What's your reaction to that development? And does eToro have plans to potentially launch stock tokens as well?
Yeah, I think that is the future, right? Now we talk about traditional finance and trading on typical platforms, and we talk about crypto. Within 5 years, this whole world is one emerging, and Robinhood's doing a great job bringing those worlds together. eToro is passionate about bringing those worlds together. And myself, as someone who came from Wall Street, came from traditional finance, but I'm passionate about the crypto space. I want to be a player and bring those two worlds together. And so is something we'll absolutely keep thinking about and pressing upon. And that's the future.
Now, we have seen even more regulatory advancements for crypto here in the US since we last spoke in Las Vegas at Bitcoin 2025 in May, with the Senate advancing the Genius Act stablecoin regulation bill and two Republican senators unveiling principles for a bill meant to provide a legal framework for digital assets. Senator Tim Scott, who chairs the Senate Banking Committee, said the legislation should be finished by the end of September. What's your reaction to these developments? I know you're optimistic we'll finally see crypto bills become law here in the US this year, but if they do, how could that impact eToro's operations in the US? What would change, if anything?
It is a huge win, not for just eToro, not for just the industry, but for Americans who care about this space. I've been in the industry since 2017. I've been talking about legislation coming soon for the past 8 years. And so the fact that it seems like it's actually happening brings me such a joy, because trying to navigate and build a business around laws from the 1930s is so challenging. So the fact that we may have a 2025 stablecoin bill, 2025 market structure, or 2026, whatever comes next, it's going to be a huge help. Just having clarity. And so businesses can know the rules of the road and what to expect. And that ultimately, and most importantly, is a win for innovation in the US and ultimately investors and customers around our wonderful country.
And what would change for eToro if these bills do in fact become law?
Yeah, so I think we'll probably have less legal expense, spend a lot of time and effort asking lawyers how to navigate through laws from the 1930s when we applied 2025 digital assets and those types of products. So having that clarity probably reduces our legal expense in a lot of ways, but gives us opportunities to innovate more and innovate with confidence and help our customers more and build products that truly help them, help the industry, without living in constant fear that we may be misstepped in some way based on a Supreme Court case from 80 years ago.
Now, eToro's headquarters is in Israel. Of course, we have seen unrest in the region recently after the country launched surprise attacks on key military and nuclear facilities in Iran. Last time we spoke, you noted that eToro employees in Israel never miss a beat amid conflicts and even take work calls from bomb shelters. So I'm wondering how eToro navigated the recent unrest and if it impacted operations at all, especially here in the US.
Yeah, there has been a single disruption to business, right? Or no impact on our customers. We're a global firm with employees across 10 different offices around the world, and we never miss a beat. And we're passionate about our customers and serving them. And our hearts absolutely break for people all across that region. And I can't even imagine the pain and the fear of having to live in that. And especially even being a parent in that type of situation and comforting your kids and your friends and loved ones. But in terms of providing leading and safe and secure services to our customers, yeah, we haven't missed a beat. We're a global company, and that comes with a lot of strength. We've been around 18 years, so we've seen the highs and the lows, and we're prepared for every challenge ahead.
Do you still think eToro will keep its headquarters in Israel, or do you think, given the recent conflict, that the company might now consider moving more of its operations to the US or other places around the world?
Yeah, there's no plans to change. It's been a very successful company in the last 18 years, headquartered in Israel, but we are a global company, right? We have leaders in the US and the UK and Europe and different areas around the world, and that won't change. And whether we're in person or on Zoom calls, we're talking across the globe at all times. It's no plans to change, but we're going to be a global brand to serve customers all around the world through the highs and ups and downs of life.
Now that it has been more than a month since eToro's NASDAQ debut, what has changed for the firm here in the US, given the retail trading platform is now a public company?
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge honor and opportunity, right? And especially for a trading platform that allows its users around the world to trade and invest in publicly traded companies. It's a joy to be one of those publicly traded companies. So we take that honor very seriously. With a public company status comes additional regulatory requirements and oversight. And so we're always getting better and stronger in that way, in every way possible. And so, we have great ownership and pride in being a public company now, but our heartbeat is still the same. We want to serve retail investors all around the world and help them learn, educate, and grow on their investing journeys.
What else can people here in the US expect from eToro from a crypto perspective in the near future?
Yeah, so I think hopefully we'll chat again about more and more crypto assets coming out and crypto products. eToro, we're very unique in this idea of social trading, right? Like life is better together in the community, whether it's vacation, sports. You turn to the internet and social media for tips. So why not investing? I think especially with the increased regulatory guidance and legislation, you're going to see us lean in more and more to that idea of social trading and becoming better investors together as a community and a group. And I think that's where our heart is, and that's what we'll push ahead, especially here in the US.